Let's try this again. I had a power outage, so therefore all the Wi-Fi went shutting down. Take two, shall we? So today is Woden's Day, Wednesday, named after the god Odin, Woden's Day, the 16th of March. The sun is at 25 degrees, 52 minutes Pisces. The moon is at 3 degrees, 51 minutes Virgo. Mercury's at 10 degrees Pisces. Venus is at 9 degrees Aquarius, Mars is at 7 degrees Aquarius, Jupiter's at 17 degrees Pisces, Saturn's at 20 degrees Aquarius, Uranus is at 12 degrees Taurus, Neptune's at 22, probably 23 now, but maybe not, 22:58 Pisces, Pluto's at 28 Capricorn, and North Node is in Taurus at 24 degrees. It is a Manipura chakra day. This is your solar plexus, your will center. It's below the ribs. The keywords are wisdom, clarity, and self-esteem. Positive attributes are confidence, alertness, optimism, and good humor. You gotta laugh. I guess I'm in a second world country where power outages are a thing. So you gotta kind of roll with the punches. Negative aspects are feelings of inferiority, over-analytical, sarcastic, and pessimistic. With the moon in Virgo right now, we might be feeling very analytical, very kind of curt and to the point, and cross your T's, dot your I's, kind of for, edit. And there's going to be a full moon tomorrow in Virgo, so we're feeling this energy, this kind of critical, negative and positive aspects of that energy. The card of the day I pulled and started talking about it, but everything kind of collapsed when I was doing it earlier, so we're going for it again, is a very Virgoan card, and ironically, she's in a power plant, an abandoned nuclear power facility, so power being a theme for me this morning, is the Princess of Pentacles. The princess in this deck is like the page equivalent, and pentacles are material things, your body, your money, your car, your job. It's the things in the world that you deal with, right? So Princess of Pentacles, the airy, the mental, very Virgo moon, the airy part of Earth, practicality, responsibility, materiality. It's about being observant and resourceful, looking to the little details, very moon in Virgo, enjoying collaboration, Venus and Mars conjunct at Aquarius. Princess of Pentacles, I value all of life. A powerful synthesis of both the imaginative and practical. All this Pisces, Sun conjunct Neptune, Mercury in Pisces, Jupiter in Pisces, this imaginative but also moon in Virgo, practical, North Node in Taurus, practicality. This discerning and hugely resourceful Princess of Pentacles is acutely aware of the responsibilities we share as custodians of this remarkable planet. Deeply committed to the principles of ecology and evolutionary biology, she wants to live as consciously as possible, innovating solutions to sustain and restore the Earth's living ecosystems. The bare trees represent the devastating ways we are still poisoning the Earth. The princess stands inside an old nuclear cooling tower, alluding to the controversy surrounding nuclear power. A beanstalk offers a way out. The sun at the summit reminds us that change is afoot. Solar energy and wind power have superseded nuclear sources in 3 of the 4 largest world economies, led by China. The Princess of Pentacles is an imposing figure, stunningly pregnant, fecund with the possibilities of bringing the Earth back to life. North Node in Taurus. We're making it so. We're making it beautiful and happen. A beanstalk offers a way out. The sun at the summit reminds us that change is afoot. Solar energy, I've already said this. The Princess of Pentacles is an imposing figure, stunningly pregnant, fecund with the possibilities of bringing the Earth back to life. A strong carnivalesque and shamanic presence, she carries the didgeridoo, the world's oldest instrument, whose haunting primal sound heals the land and its people with the power of breath. She is dressed like a magician with her cape. Her red shoes lay discarded at her feet. They pay homage to David Bowie's Let's Dance. She doesn't wear them because she doesn't want to draw attention to her high economic status and power, preferring to go barefoot, earthbound. She is deeply in tune with the principle of Gaia, which regards the Earth as a self-regulating organism. Its elements of air, oceans, and land surfaces form a complex, interrelated system that supports life. She values all of life and its rich diversity and believes her patient work, ingeniously planned and executed, will lead to substantial change in the future, carrying forth the wisdom of her ancestors and rebirthing it within the complex information age, right? So we are being reborn in a very particular way. It's the age of Aquarius, the dawning of the age of Aquarius. I just realized I didn't read everything about the Manipura chakra, so I'll do that in just a second. Many in the previous generation sadly lost their way, bewitched by media and consumerist lifestyle, and with the Sun conjunct Neptune in Pisces and Mercury in Pisces as well, delusions and illusions in the media not uncommon, psyops, so to speak. Sorry for all the noises. I know it's annoying. Thus is second world life. The Princess of Pentacles invites us to consider how we're making. Okay, I skipped a part. She painfully sees the fruitlessness of that path, barren, polluting, devoid of the nourishment so many yearn to fill themselves up with. Practical and ambitious, she is drawn to those who share her vision and industrious nature, often collaborating brilliantly to achieve long-term aims. Saturn and Aquarius, collaboration, making it work with the group. Princess of Pentacles invites us to consider how we are making solid, grounded foundations, North Node in Taurus, Moon in Virgo, and preparations for what we ultimately value and hope to achieve in life. It suggests that we have much in abundance already and not to squander precious resources frivolously. Don't be an airhead. Jupiter in Pisces. She reminds us to seed, plant, and grow our vision one step at a time. So the Princess of Pentacles, the airy part of Earth, being observant, resourceful, looking to the details, enjoying collaboration. I'm a little flustered just because of all the power outages and going through some stuff personally, but I had said, you know, feelings of inferiority and stuff. Ram is the mantra, R-A-M, like Ram Das, and you do that in the key of E. The elements is fire, metal is iron and gold, essential oils are lemon, grapefruit, and juniper. The spiritual activities are leadership programs, psychotherapy, and solitude. Crystals are topaz, amber, and citrine, and the soul lesson is human and divine love, right? So we need to be coming from our will center on this Woden's Day to really bring our love up like the solar plexus, but that's the soul, the sun. We're going to rise into that power and be nourished by it and ground it. This isn't about, in a sense, it's about grounding idealism. North Node in Taurus, Moon in Virgo, Saturn and Aquarius, taking your ideas and your dreams, Sun conjunct Neptune and Pisces, and making it grow into something that helps everybody in a playful way. So let's go ahead and get a clarifier. Hopefully the construction happening 25 yards from me is not too distracting to y'all. I know I'm a little, like I said, flustered. We've got the King of Swords as the clarifier. It's this Viking energy. Kind of reminds me of Led Zeppelin for some reason. I'm not even sure why, but I'm thinking like a song Achilles' Last Stand. Probably because they're talking about like Valhalla. I bring my overload and all this stuff. Maybe that's why it's in my mind. I forget all the words. But anyway, we're really grounding, hopefully in a fun and light way, a mercurial way, the mind, right? We're kind of with the clarifier of the King of Swords, which I'll read in a second. The King of Swords is the male archetypal, like the masculine, obviously, side of the mind. So Pentacles are, if you're a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, that's the card of the day. The clarifiers, the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I believe in a fair world for all, right? Venus and Mars conjunct in Aquarius. This is very much that energy. This is gathering all the facts, synthesizing a logical solution benefiting all, resistance to pain. Use your intellect to grow and prosper and pursue your ideals. So really, we should be pursuing our dreams, rising up towards the sun and the nourishment, but that doesn't mean not to use our heads, right? That doesn't mean just wish it and so it is. We have to wish and then make it so, personally, with action, with logic. But we don't want to be so logic. You know, you want to have fun with your dream, but you want to use your head too. I know it's a simultaneity. Sometimes that kind of complexity throws people, but it's a both and. It's not either or. Let's go ahead and get an animal oracle card. So what wants to pop today? We've got the Sacred Ibis, 22. This is very mercurial. It talks about Thoth in a second. So King of Swords energy, very Virgo moon, Aquarius, Saturn energy. 22. The Ibis, the Sacred Ibis in this deck. Learning, right? And that's what the King of Swords clarification is. We're learning a lot today. What are we learning? How to be better people in the world. How to take life a little less seriously while still playing the game by the rules enough, right? We're not just throwing down our hockey sticks and saying, fuck this, I'm out of here, right? We're saying, let's play horse with the goalie or something like that, as opposed to let's play for the championship. Oh my gosh, everything's on the line. It's about shooting for fun and playing for fun. But sometimes there's learning in that, not to take things too seriously, not to let your mind overwhelm you or your circumstances overwhelm you. It's all a learning situation. Sacred Ibis, learning. The getting of wisdom takes time. Saturn and Aquarius. Time, even if you're doing psychedelics or meditating and stuff and get out of time, it's like you're still bound to it in some way and you're still incubating in time, right? She's gestating in the womb of this nuclear tower. It takes time for that vine to reach the sun. It might go faster if it's more sunny days. It might go slower if there's radiation or something like that. We just have to realize that we're learning the whole way and it's all good. Everything's a lesson. Hopefully we get more than just one lesson out of things, but everything at least has one lesson or else it wouldn't be happening. So everything, the getting of wisdom takes time. So be patient with your learning and delve deeper. King of Swords, learn deeply. Continual learning is a keystone to growth. You will succeed in your exams or study. While everyone has a source of wisdom within them, not everyone chooses to exercise it, right? We have this source of wisdom within, this King of Swords as a clarifier. And hopefully we're becoming more and more mature. Just because it's the princess or the page in this energy doesn't, it's the beginning of a path of wisdom, leading ultimately to the Page of Pentacles, ultimately reinforcing that we really do need to choose with our willpower out of service, hopefully, Virgo Moon, North Node of Taurus, to better the world through our learning, through our experiences, and to express them to others. That's part of the reason I do these things. Mythos. It says, well, everyone has a source of wisdom within them. Not everyone chooses to exercise it. If you cast magic, do it with full knowledge of the consequences. And I'm learning a thing or two about consequences as we speak. Every two has a fro, and you can't avoid that forever. Mythos, the ibis-headed god Thoth was the most powerful god of magic in all the worlds, the King of Swords, right? It is said that he told the goddess Isis what powerful spell to use to resurrect her dead husband Osiris. And it was he who assisted her again in knowing the words to remove the poison from her son Horus. All books on magic and invocation were to be authored by Thoth, and those who were writers channeled his energy. Very Virgo Moon, the scribe. He authored one book that was so powerful no human could read it without dying. Pluto and Capricorn. It's like, this book has consequences. Don't think it doesn't. Thoth was also the god of learning and knowledge. Once again, with the Page of Pentacles saying it's time to learn well, sharpen our minds well. And the ibises were encouraged to be present around places of learning and libraries, an outward symbol of this archetypal reality. The ancient Egyptians felt that the ibis was the living representation of the god on earth. They took thousands of ibises from their captive flocks, mummified them, and placed them as offerings within Thoth's temple. The animal, like all ibises, the sacred ibis is most distinctive because of its head shape and long curved beak. They are also unusually quiet when compared to other ibis species, kind of like a librarian being kind of quiet. Very Virgo Moon. Ibises have bald heads, long necks, and fine long beaks that are adapted for use in mud and water. They are migratory birds and breed in sub-Saharan Africa and Iran and have a wingspan of around 1.2 meters. Ibises thrive in marshy environments and eat frogs, fish, crabs, and insects. They use their long beaks to stir up the mud and capture prey. Fairly social birds, they tend to forage for food in groups of a few dozen or more. This is probably for safety reasons and to help stir up the prey from the mud. Ibises have adapted quite well to urban environments, and in some countries are viewed as being pest birds. When I was in Australia, actually, there were quite a few ibises, kind of like pigeons or squirrels or something like that in North America. They live for around 20 years in the wild, so long-lived bird, right? The king of knowledge, an apex kind of animal in the kingdom of play that is the dream we are in. The magic, that's why we're all here. The magic, and look at this sacred door opening up on this Woden's Day for us to be illumined by the knowledge. The sacred ibis was a revered creature in ancient Egypt representing Thoth, the god of wisdom and learning. So honored as a gift to Thoth, they were given full mummification and bred specifically for this purpose. According to historical accounts from figures such as Aristotle and Strabo, ibises could be found in the streets of the cities, including Alexandria. Ibis magic inspires us to be curious and to learn more about the world, right? To be curious, princess or page, same idea. In this deck, Page of Pentacles, be curious in the world, Virgo Moon, and With Mercury and Pisces, it's like learn more and more about the dream. Try to learn as much as you can. Ask questions. If we are students of any kind or wish to know a subject more deeply, we can call upon this energy. Thoth teaches us that while we can seek counseling from others, often our best and first port of call is actually ourselves. This new full moon coming up in Virgo. It's like heal yourself. You got to start with you. Symbology, man with an ibis head, lunar disc, book of knowledge, Egyptian alphabet, status is of least concern. There are quite a few ibises going on. So let's go ahead and get an I Ching hexagram. Hopefully you're all doing well. Like I said, I've had a power out this morning, so I'm a little flustered. I went up and played guitar. I still found my power. My will center wasn't totally thwarted. I played acoustic guitar for about a half an hour to an hour. But it's just one of them days. And with a full moon coming up, we all know that, and this looks like Pisces symbol, Neptune, Sun, Mercury, and Jupiter in Pisces. We all know that full moon energy isn't always the easiest. I'll get more into that tomorrow when it's more apropos, but this is a full moon of releasing in Virgo what we need to kind of, the lessons coming full circle about understanding our realities in a particular emotional way. This is number 30, the hexagram, so let me read that. Let me know where y'all are watching from. It's always fun to kind of gander at the crowd. I'm a little Ibis, I guess, and want to learn as much as I can about y'all. Adhering/fire. When two forces mutually support one another, they achieve a greater effect than would be possible for each one acting alone. I have a twin flame. I don't normally talk about, want to talk about this much because I think it's kind of a mystery to me and I don't really know how to talk about it properly, but this would be that energy. It's like we're very strong, independent people on ourselves, but together it's kind of a megazord, right? You are currently in the vicinity of a complicated power struggle. Understand that even you cannot be impartial. Accept the given nature of mutual dependence. Open up to the other forces and to relationships capable of bearing the strain. All of those involved live up to their individual challenges through mutual support, right? Saturn and Aquarius, but Venus and Mars conjunct in Aquarius. It's the masculine and the feminine supporting each other as a team. You should not question the importance of cooperation, even in relationships where there is less harmony. So even you have how would I put this? You have a cooperation of some kind, even with your enemies. You're in relationship to them. You're in a dynamic with them. Adapt your ideas to the reality and use your energy to expand into new horizons, right? So we're trying to learn from the game of life. We're trying to adapt our minds and learn as we go and really kind of play around. Princess of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles energy. We're trying to take life not too seriously, but also not fail the test, right? So that is the hexagram coming online. Fire / or what did it say? These are a little less. Adhering/fire. Adherence. It's like you're going to have to go with some flows, whether you like it or not. The sun and the moon have a relationship even though they don't touch. So, last card here for the day. And I'm sorry once again for being a little late because of power outages. This is an interesting stone. Apophyllite. You can quantumly entangle with this. You don't have to own it. Look at this kind of, it's almost like a starburst melted in the car on a hot day. Or Skittles or something like that. Apophyllite. What it is, Apophyllite acts like a teleportation device to places transcendent. Neptune conjunct Sun, Jupiter in Pisces. Often sourced from enchanted India, birthplace of Tantra, Yoga, and Nag Champa, Apophyllite clears skepticism, cynicism, and logic from the spiritual path. These are the darker shadows of the moon in Virgo, right? Sometimes when we're learning, we can get so caught up in it that we become like critical and skeptical, and maybe we aren't putting on our dancing shoes and having fun. You don't want to just, she's wearing like a jester kind of outfit, right? You want to bring a lightness of being to all things, or else you're going to get overwhelmed by just the fire of life, the consuming nature of reality. Who needs it? Anyone looking for that ray of light from on high to hit them with something good. Full moon, ray of light, it's going to hit us good in Virgo. Where to put it? Wherever you practice religion, meditate, channel, or pray. Very Pisces Sun, Virgo moon. It's like, hey, what is your spiritual responsibility and how are you keeping that up? When to use it? When the spiritual life feels like a moving target. When you feel skeptical about your true purpose on Earth, and I know I've been feeling that for the past few months, so probably you are too. When you feel like your yeah, but thoughts are dishonoring the innermost, right? When maybe the shadow of the clarifier, where we're overthinking, right? When we're just learning, and we're not actually applying the knowledge as wisdom. We've got to kind of learn the dance steps, watch the dance moves, and then actually do it ourselves. We can't just have theories about it. That's how we adhere to the reality, to the Tao. So when you're like, yeah, but you hurt me. Yeah, but I lost my job. Yeah, but I'm broke. Yeah, but I'm a nobody and nobody knows who I am. Yeah, but I don't have a band. Whatever. I'm just thinking of things that are semi-practical and personal to me, but also general. Yeah, but I don't have power, so I can't do the live. When you have that kind of energy, tap into Apophyllite. It says, beam yourself up, way up, right? So with the Sun conjunct Neptune, with Jupiter in Pisces, with Mercury in Pisces, the Sun is in Pisces conjunct Neptune, with Saturn in Aquarius, with Venus and Mars conjunct in Aquarius, with Uranus and Taurus electrifying the North Node, right Taurus, the world, with the revolution happening with Pluto and Capricorn, we're going to have to raise our vibes. That's the bottom line. If you don't raise your vibes, you're going to get sucked down and find yourself having a lot less fun in the dream. Sometimes you got to put on clown makeup and play the part. Know the role, play the part. And that's a learning process. You don't just know that from birth. It's part of the game. It's like we fell out into I think it was like a Maze Runner with some shit movie series. But the idea was interesting enough where it's like, oh my gosh, we've come to and we've woken up in a situation where we have no understanding of really what's going on. We got to learn on the way, right? We're learning through trial by fire. And hopefully we're having fun and being nice while crossing our T's and dotting our I's. Not every word is going to be spelled correctly every time, right? And how do we kind of deal with that reality? We raise our vibes. We have compassion, we have acceptance, we have love. And this isn't just hippy dippy shit. This is real stuff. How do you overcome your traumas? How do you overcome the victimization that everybody has? Everybody's a victim of everybody in a way and of themselves, and everybody's a perpetrator. So how do we overcome that? We raise our vibes. We say, you know what? Namaste. You're part of me and I'm part of you. And I don't understand it all. I'm an amateur kind of growing through this process, but we're all here together walking each other home through these doors of awareness towards full gnosis, towards full illumination. And that is how we sharpen our swords, through participating with our enemies, knowing that they have a dynamic, with our friends, with our lovers, with strangers. This is almost like the up and down spin of a particle, right? Where it's like we're all quantumly entangled. So Apophyllite's saying to beam yourself up, way up, and with a full moon tomorrow in Virgo, start making the preparations now. I mean, the energy's coming online now. So start kind of wrapping up, because new moons are about planting seeds and full moons are about release. So it's about releasing that which no longer serves you, perspectives, alignments, ultimately releasing victimization, releasing over-analysis, over-pickiness, the person in the jail cell who's writing down keeping a receipt of every day they're in there. That's cool to a point, but at some point that'll drive you crazy because you'll be like, holy shit, I'm trapped, and you'll really focus on the cup half empty. Instead, you could be doing push-ups the whole time. You see what I'm saying? You could be telling jokes or learning a language in your prison cell with your inmate friends or whatever. It's our choice. It's our willpower. It's our manipur, our source of fire. Once again, fire as the hexagram, that allows us to move forward through the stages of life. And with that fire, we really transmute from lead to gold. And that's kind of the name of the game. So hopefully you all have a beautiful Woden's Day. We just had Samuel Barnes on last night, the podcast. Check it out, TEAMrabbithole podcast. He's in Costa Rica in another place 5 hours from me, but he's into crypto. He's teaching people how to get into Web3. And he's also an astrologer. And an interesting kid from Brooklyn who's relocated and doing his thing down here, kind of double timing between travel and Costa Rica. I don't think he's officially declared residency here, but he's here a lot of the time since 2020. So check out the podcast. It was great, little conversation. Holler for readings, $33 for cards for an hour, $88 for 3 hours of astrology, $111 for both. It's a great gift to yourself. It's a great gift for others. If you feel like you've heard a word that you enjoy, or you want to help keep my coffers full for food and bus tickets and things like that, and practical expenses, Virgo moon, leave a tip, much appreciated. I'll probably start, it's really tricky. I have an electric guitar and an acoustic guitar that is on loan The acoustic guitar barely holds a tune, and the electric guitar, the amp I'm running through that you guys would be hearing, is pretty much not designed for guitar. It's like a karaoke speaker, so it's a piece of shit. So me having a Venus and Taurus, I'm like, I don't want to do things unless they're pretty quality. So I haven't been playing my guitar and doing chord jams per se. I've just been kind of riffing verbally, Gemini life. That might change soon. I don't know. I'm still debating, but at some point I'll be playing my guitar again. I was playing it during the power out. Hopefully you guys hit me up for readings. I love giving them. People love getting them. Check out the podcast, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Adios.